Where shall we go today? Where shall we go? Where do you want to go today? Let's go to
Withernsea.
Withernsea is a seaside resort town in the East Riding of Yorkshire and forms the focal point of a wider community of small villages. The most famous landmark is the White Lighthouse, rising 127 feet above the town. It now houses a museum as it is no longer operational. The lighthouse is unusual in the fact that it is situated very much inland on the Hull Road. Withernsea has a wide promenade which reaches north and south. The pier towers were built in 1877 at a cost of about £12,000. These were the main entrance to the pier, which was originally 365 metres long, but that reduced due to a number of collisions with various ships and boats, the whole pier being removed in 1903. There was a railway station, but that closed in 1964. It has numerous amusement arcades, and the beach is very popular with families. The parish church of St Nicholas is a Grade 2 listed building, and the Greenwich Meridian is just outside the town.
Facts are all well and good and everything, aren't they? We like facts, but we like making up stuff more. So let's have some fun here in Withernsea. Withersea's fishing fleet is somewhat depleted. But that's not surprising because people are all vegetarians now, which is really annoying. Unusually for a holiday resort these days. Toilets are free. To be fair, parking seems to be free as well, which is good. Behind me is a sand sculpture of the actual bit of land that we're on, and it was owned by the family Ness apparently. They had a TV show back in the 70s, if I remember rightly. I hated it. I do like a good phallic clock tower, and they've got one here. Sadly, it's a bit shy, it's not even telling us what time it is, it's kind of hiding. I think it's 5 to 2, but I don't think it is. Although only built in the 60s, Withernsea Castle is a shadow of its former self. That's because they built it far too near the sea, and due to erosion, most of it has gone. It's been washed away to Belgium or whatever is over there. Might be America, I don't know. Because we're a special guest, we've been honoured today by being allowed to come up here onto the balcony, which overlooks the fabulous gardens here, and we can just basically lord it about on everyone else and just tell them what to do and to stop messing around and walk, don't run. No heavy petting and no bombing. You know, an old school arcade, you can do a lot worse than come here as well, although no one else seems to be in here, probably because they're all at school. If Gang King isn't your thing, then you can see some bingo and amusements here at Fantasy Island. All we ever dream of is winning bingo, and it's so busy, busy it is, it's really busy. I don't think though that one is Fantasy Island. Oh dear, I get my Bucks Fizz mixed up with me Final Fantasy or something. But anyway, that one is Final Fantasy Island, which is like the 16th Final Fantasy. Nothing says seaside holiday resort. There's loads of slot machine type places, and then obviously you've got a bedding stall as well, because nothing says holidays like wanting to buy a bed. To be fair, I was going to be very critical of the name of this place, Sea View Selections. They've got a selection, and I'm like, they're miles away from the sea, but if you look in between that gap there, you can actually see the sea. So technically, it is a sea view selection. The old boat shed. It's now a micro pub where you can live like a load of seamen and drink rum, ho ho ho, and a bottle of and all that. The Butterfly pub is weirdly named after a seagull. It's very child friendly. They even have soft play in the middle of the roads. That's made out of rubber. Right, this is a lighthouse. It's like miles away from the sea. The sea is all the way down that road, the other side of McCall's, keep going. So if you see the lighthouse and you're on a ship, it's already probably too late. You're probably already in the arena area where the roundabout thing is. Well, it's £3.50 for an adult to get in. Seems it's cheaper for a child, family tickets, that kind of thing. And I don't know what it's about, but it's quite good fun. What about the cinema? I need to check my makeup. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm as beautiful as always. It's a long way up. It's quite a long way down as well. Get too old for all this. Not quite there yet, but I've come quite a long way. I thought I'd be at the top. I'm not, I'm on a landing. I made it to the top of the lighthouse. It only took me 3.5 days. Camped overnight on the landing. It's very high up. And it is a long way away from the sea. As you can see, the sea is all the way over there. You can even see the ruins of the castle from up here. It would have looked spectacular and it was all there to begin with, back in the day. But sadly, fell into the sea. Anyway, time to go back down again now. Well, interestingly, they've got a compass up there. Can you see it? There you go. It says mind your head. I don't have to worry about that. What I have to worry about is the heights. I don't like heights. It's a long way down. Nearly there now though. Notice this flag as well. Belonged to Queen Elizabeth II. Bathing dangerous. That's why she only did it once a year, whether she needed to or not. Doesn't look very high up there, does it? Trust me, it is very high up there. Tried asking this guy what's going on, but he's not very talkative. We had to go back to the top jump first. As used on the Frankie Goes to Crittlewood single, relax. Tell you what, they like the beds around here, don't they? It's about the fourth shop I've seen that sells beds. It's almost like a miniature village. They've got a tiny, tiny little Boots. Then they've got a tiny, tiny Premier, and then they've got a tiny Lloyd's Bank as well. Everything's shrunk. We're nowhere near Wales, so I don't know why. They even sell exotic animals. They're a special kind of dog, apparently. Sign says open market. Sadly, it's closed at the moment. It's not. I've seen loads of them. I found the church. Very difficult job to do. I saw it from the top of the lighthouse, but could I get anywhere near it? No. It took me ages. And then I see this sign. Risk of death. I'm looking around. I can see a lot of death. So it must be a big risk. But I'm going in. Although it's not very big, it is a really nice church, has to be said. Even the seagulls like it. They've got some baby pigeons there on the roof that they're trying to protect. They obviously don't know I can't climb for toffee. The pigeons are perfectly safe. I think the seagulls will eat them later on for their dinner. So the amount of death in here is frightening. Crammed in like sardines. That's probably why there's so many pigeons around, squawking and screaming and shouting. In fact, I felt more threatened by them than I did by the actual, well, whatever it was that was going to kill me. I do love road signs that state the obvious. Yeah. I think sign writing would be something people could do by now, wouldn't you? Sunshine Cafe. Now, if they thought about it a little bit and just called it Sunny Cafe, they could have got the E on it. It could have been Sunny Cafe. I do love the handy map, although I'm going now and I've only just found it. Got a miniature one of them. It kind of shows how far back it used to go though, I suppose, and then a little hut at the end. All that's gone now because it's been washed away. It's tragic, it's very sad. Safety first. They lit that for the Queen's birthday thing, whatever it was, and they've even got the water to put it out again in case it went a bit dangerous. But they've not turned it off. It was the biggest drought since 1976, coming in 2022. So what they're playing at? Disgraceful. As we can see over here, this is the fishing fleet that fishes. What they fish for here is crab, and they do it in a very sustainable way. But they have a crab, and anything smaller than that is thrown away back into the sea, just so they don't, you know, get all the stocks down and everything. And this is the crab that they use. So anything smaller than that goes straight back into the sea, and rightly so. Factual, that is a hull, and that's the bow, and that's the stern. I know my stuff. I don't know what it is about dangerous stuff here, but they do seem to like danger, don't they? I don't think there's any high voltage there. They like the horticulture here. That's something to do with plants. They invented one, but sadly they had to destroy them all. But there's a statue here to remind you of them. They were called triffids. Bit confused. They have a social club, but apparently it's only for boats. Talking of boats, which we weren't. If you win the lottery and you get a boat, you can store it here. Make sure you don't get a big one because you have to handball it into the sea. And although the sea's only over there, I imagine that's quite difficult. So yeah, maybe go somewhere else where you can just keep it in the water all the time. So if you want to come somewhere that's got, well, sea, sand, sun, a church that's very difficult to find, but worth it in the end, a lighthouse that's not on the coast, and lots of entertainment venues, and boats just kind of scattered around everywhere. You can do a lot worse than come to Withernsea. Until next time, bye!
Where shall we go today? Where shall we go? Where do you want to go today? Let's go to
The butter pie. Well, I made it to the stop.